Hey, Reyna, can we push it?
No.
What about now?
No.
Hey guys, we're making a lot of noise on C. You can probably push A now. Did you hear that, bozo? We can go now.
By the way, Reyna,
You think Teets is gonna get that riot gun buddy yet?
Dude, shut up. We have to be sneaky. Stop being so loud.
No, but seriously, think about it. How come he doesn't have a riot gun buddy? Do they hate him? Is Teets blacklisted because he keeps complaining about a replay system?
Dude, I am begging you, please shut up.
All right, I'm just saying, he should have one by...
What the? Reyna? Clove? Is this a rank game?
there's that one guy in my comments who keeps asking me to review an Iron match.
Is that what this is? No, that's still in the works. Okay, never mind. This is a pro game, but why these two? Well, there are a couple reasons why Liquid would pick this comp. First, they just don't have a game plan prepared for LOTUS. In professional Valorant, it is pretty rare for teams to be good at or have every map fleshed out to the best of their abilities. With constant cycles every month, it can be hard to keep up, even for my breakdowns. Second, Tier 1 pros play a lot of ranked, and in ranked, there's not a lot of teamwork or good fundamentals. So which agents are the best at punishing those two for free wins? Reyna and Clove. With either 2 overheals or dismisses, and Leers that are extremely strong in a 1v1 setting, Reyna's actually the best agent in ranked. That's why you see her all the time. And the same goes for Clove. If you get a kill or assist, you can get yourself a temporary speed boost and extra health, which is great for snowballing over enemies who have poor synergy. Their ults support this playstyle too. So, if you're a pro team that has nothing prepared for a map, why not just let your players run agents that they have thousands of hours on? And that's what Liquid are doing here. They've sacrificed their Killjoy Omen for Clove and Reyna. And I mean, it's not like this comp can't do what you need it to. They can fight for rubble or mound insanely well, or Liquid can re-clear the area whenever they please. Having Viper really helps. But because they don't have bots watching every lane, it is very important that they get proactive and take fights deeper than you've ever seen. On Pistol, Liquid's plan is to walk down mid as 3 and break this common turret that holds B. If they can't have Sentinel utility, no one can. And the offense are defaulting mound in their 3-1-1. The match begins with both sides trading pieces. Boo sends a dark cover to block the cross to rubble, but from B, Nats lobs his haunt high above root and prowlers for his teammates to peek main and break the turret. Step 1 is complete. And now in response to this B aggression, the offense have taken mound with their own haunt. Petatek gets chipped, but keeps jump spotting. He knows how valuable information is to Liquid's comp. But after confirming the attacker's presence on mound, he backs off. Now this pressure has dragged over a 3-stack from the defense. Remember, they have Reyna, not Killjoy. They don't have stall and have to keep moving. So the attackers rotate out and head back to B, but eventually Liquid swing into a triple high-low and see nothing. And Viper jump spots again. With no one outside of C and Clove not spotting a soul on A all game, the only option left is B. The defense sprint that way after Petatek starts his flank, and the 3-stack is here now. The wings have gotten too much info, and now the offense are about to run into this Reyna patented crossfire.
Drop of the wall, and away we go. Doesn't get checked on, and you can't let this man go unchecked already. Does well, but it's Nats and Camo on the follow-up, leaving just 3 ends alive with Liquid to pick up the first.
Hey, did you guys know that Deadlock grab nets stack on top of each other? And with this many, you should be stuck here for about a minute, so story time! Back when I used to compete, I used exit lag, and they actually fixed my horrible ping, and they can do the same for you, which is why I was so hyped when they asked to sponsor my channel. Right now, they're offering a 3-day free trial that doesn't require any credit card details. And if you like it, there's a promo going on where you pay for 6 months and get another additional 6 for free. Exit lag is by far the best network optimizer and offers a ton of different online service solutions. I'm talking AI route optimization, a dynamic stabilizer, and diagnostic center, all while supporting over 2,000 games. Exit lag promises that you'll never have poor performance in ranked because their scalable infrastructure supports 1,000 servers across 5 continents and 18 million weekly optimizations. And setting up is so easy that Reyna lovers can do it. You just head to their website, create an account, download Exit lag, which takes like a second, and install. Then you just pick your favorite game, select your ideal routing, apply, and the numbers speak for themselves. Exit lag also features multiplayer plans. A duo is one for you and your lover, or even a squad plan for up to 5 people. So if you want the highest quality internet connection possible, you want Exit lag. If you want to support me and fix your network issues, check out my link in the description. Remember what I said, Reyna is good at punishing poor spacing and trading fundamentals. She is best suited for playing in these off angles as she can get one and get out or buy time for her teammates like we saw last round. And on Heretics Eco, she's doing it again. The attackers defaulted C, came back to A, and tried to deny vision from the defense with a close smoke.
Sensation of going from one of the most decorated teams. Oh god, and Kiko. If he
And now as Reyna, you have to make confident plays like that. If you just sit back, you'll never get any value. But that's what Killjoys do with their bots. So the rest of the pistols got farmed, which brings us to the all-important first full buy. If Heretics lose, they have to eco, and the Reyna Clove comp starts snowballing on their weaker defensive half. What's their plan? Feel out Liquid's aggressiveness before making a decision. That's fine, but their problem last round was that they didn't push Clove off this line. All round, they just sat here and kept calling out how no one was A. Allowing that against a comp that needs to peek for info? No bueno. But this round's call should be a little easier, as Liquid are ramming 4 players of Rubble. I mean, if Heretics notice that, going C should be the simplest call in the world. The round opens up with both teams dumping utility on each other. Here, I'll play this in slow motion. I'm not calling all that out. It is a lot. Now, one cool part that stood out to me was Rian's Haunt and Woot's Star. The timing was off, but they tried having the Star protect the Haunt so that when the smoke fades, everyone gets scanned since they can't shoot it right away, which is pretty sick. Regardless, the offense saw Raze, Clove, Fade, and Reyna all on A throwing their abilities around. So naturally, they run away and start heading towards C. Omen's catching a lurk up B, but Nats is sent a Prowler through A.
its position is another factor. They can navigate around it. Boo could be caught out here, and they've opted to pull the trigger on that one. So, away we go. Heretics...
The offense just lost 2/3 of the map. Nats backed off to help his team clear B. He prowlered through the front while they hit it from the back.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And now because of Boo's death, the offense have pounced into C, and Patatek scurries off knowing that if he dies, his team's going to lose so much map control. The offense need more space. But it's too late. Liquid are knocking at their door.
Holding this on the back lines, you're gonna have Patatek. He just needs to play that space, keep that secure, and they've done incredibly well. Hiko and Camo taking away Woot, and Benji leaving them down to just 2. And again, Patatek, just play your life, and he's done it perfectly. But a 1v2 for Rien's already damaged. 2 kills for him in this round, but can he find the last 2? Patatek is only on 8 HP, but he's getting all that attention. And look who's creeping! Nats converting the bonus here.
And Nats and Patatek did great to play patient and allow their 3-stack to become a wrecking ball and plow through flank. If they died, Liquid can regain some of their lost map control and become a lot harder to take down. The Heretics probably needed to push in faster and harder as soon as their Omen died. Then in the 2v1, it was next to impossible for Liquid to group, so Patatek did well to shake his booty to distract Rians and get Nats an easy backstab. Don't get me wrong, pushes and peeks like we've seen the last 2 rounds are vital if you want a Reyna comp to work, but it doesn't mean that you do them all the time. On Heretics following Eco, Liquid didn't fight for Rubble as hard, thinking that the offense would respect the amount of utility through last round, but ended up losing Rubble. Now that's okay. Liquid understood that they had the better weapons and valued them over this map control. Pushing through or wrapping around this nebula would be risky, and could end in Heretics getting some of these rifles. The defense snuffed out the pistols and proved to us that not only can they get their hands greasy, but can be disciplined when need be. That round leads us to an early Heretics timeout.
I wanted to play Reyna. Coach, why couldn't I play Reyna? She's so fun.
Coach, I reckon we should have gave Reyna a spin.
She's rooting and shooting us into the ground, goddammit. Astro, wow. When they die, they can still smoke.
Is that all you guys play? Reyna, Clove, Reyna, Clove, Reyna.
We play Jet sometimes.
Both teams have fresh new game plans coming out of the timeout. Heretics are so over A. In order to beat this, you have to let the defense have the space and just re-clear it later, I guess. There's just no way you're beating this utility dump. So they're throwing in the towel and are going C. But Liquid have the read. They've abandoned Fade on A, so her and Clove can still apply pressure, but just not as much as before, while the rest of Liquid fight for Mound. Round 5 starts with Clove placing both their ruses. Which one are Liquid behind?
Get much more.
I've never had to think about this composition specifically, but I think that if Heretics can't let them get more than 7.
No, wait, whoa. And Kiko, yeah, he's been punished on that. Nice work there. Lovely follow-up, much better. Handling the aggression and being willing to brawl.
Yeah. that's what's supposed to happen in this comp. If they don't win their duels, they're going to fall hard. But Heretics did great. They realized that Liquid were trying to conceal which side they were fighting with both smokes. So to test the waters, Rians released a Prowler to investigate, and it tagged Reyna on this side of Mound. Think about it. The only agent who would play this far out is Reyna. To punish, Omen lined up his Paranoia, Raze and Fade their C's and Paint Shells, and a stun to trap the defense inside. And now normally, I just cut to the end of the round and tell you how nothing really major happened in this 2 versus 5. But this is really important. This round is the first one this game where Heretics have been up and their money shows it. Meaning that Kamix and Nat's new objective isn't to win the round, but instead go for kills. Every death for Heretics is going to nuke their wallet. The Kamek and Nats slot into the respective lanes, try stopping the plant with some spam, but can't. The spawn smoke fades, and Boo gets scalped. At the same time, Clovis placed this site smoke to isolate more 1v1s. They can wrap site without having to worry about jump up or mound. So how badly can these two hurt Heretics' economy?
Now as well for Heretics, you've already got Mini Boos, Riant, and now Roots ready to go. Nats, calm down here. Why are they making this look doable? It's a 1v2. Kamek's still got that overheal. He's still got a little bit of time. He's seen Benji, but does he even know about Woot here? This post plant is incredibly hard with the time being bought by that Astra. He's still giving it a good go though, isn't he? He's covered it off. He's going for a little bit of a spray. Woot's got it.
It felt like that round was won in the early portion though.
Liquid feel like last round was a fluke.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
They're in the same exact setup and want to prove to Heretics that C is not an option. But the offense aren't starting there. In their 3-2, maybe their plan is to A-split? We won't know because as the round starts, Clove does this.
Kamek feeling like he wants to be an instigator. Oh!
And now that was risky. I think their intention was to fight C, and if no one was there, flip open the door and help Clove. That means the duelist comp is fighting both C and B this time, and I think Camo was perched on site, ready to fly down either lane with his showstopper. Now, to die to a guy who just walked down B is super tilting. It is such a brain-dead rank strat that it should not work. But Heretics were caught off guard, and have to get Benji's trade.
Oh, Benji! Trying to be all pumped up from that last one, and Kiko's joined in as well. It's just bullying. I thought they'd learned from that previous. The reward that they had from that great clear over to...
I'm sorry, but you cannot outduel these agents. It is their win condition. Liquid have the extra HP to spare. And if you're one of these A players, what do? They know you're coming for the spike.
From that great clear over towards Mound, but they just filter through towards B and think, oh, surely they're not going to go aggressive. Yes, they will. Liquid are absolutely bringing the heat here. Heretics are down a Boo. This one's wrapped up as well.
Yeah, right off the back of me talking about aim, Kamek is just dry peeked into 4 people and won a duel.
Yeah, this is wild stuff. An in-zone flawless.
Heretics' economy isn't great. The only one with a chance in making something happen this round is Miniboo and maybe his older brother and his Bulldog. Their plan is to help their duelists try and find a kill past Root, but the defense have shifted back towards A in their 1-1-3. These are the last people you want to duel. The round starts with Miniboo satcheling out behind Rians' Prowler, can't find a kill, but is stuck in the C's.
Oh, just about avoids the paint shot. Oh my god, everything's being thrown in. That was Camel with an ult as well. So Miniboo somehow made it out alive.
How did Miniboo survive that? C's, paint shells, smoke, and then a rocket launcher? Because Fade's booger bomb stuck, Camo had to capitalize. Liquid's comp needs to claim one of the extremities, capitalize on favorable duels, or die doing so. They need this. And now, the defense has made it clear that A is not for sale, but Liquid are still expecting a reclear as you see Nats get in position with his Nightfall. But the offense are going Mound. Rians burns another Prowler to clear the area, which triggers an immediate response from the defense. They saw Fade A as the round started. She moved, so do they. Reyna and Fade trust in Raze to hold this line, while they go to make up for the lost C space on B. Clove places a ruse, Nats Prowlers, and Reyna follows behind. No one's here. Back by C, no one's here either. So Viper's calling out that Mound's been quiet, and Reyna's relaying that she found nothing in B main. So at the same time, the offense and defense make their way back to Root, and Liquid start to reform their Nightfall trap.
Now, do Heretics remember to re-clear this properly? Okay, so Kamek will give away his position, but they still don't know about the player at Rabble. And there's going to be the ult, the timing. He's fine to take contact because he's going to bring himself back from the dead. And now Camo can keep keeping that pressure up. This is ridiculous. Liquid looks so damn good like this.
This comp doesn't have a Sentinel. They have to be proactive like this. Liquid went from fighting A to B to back to A. If Heretics want to win, they have to start having heavier lurks. Every lane needs to be watched by somebody. Identify where the defense are fighting, then lurk the opposite way. There are 5 big booms as to why Heretics won the following round, and they had to use the 3 best ones. And now that the offense are finishing blowing their load, it is another important full buy. If Heretics lose this one, they have to save again. Their plan is to default in a 4-1 to start refreshing some of these ults, while the defense are still fixated on root in their own 1-4. Both teams start by taking their own piece of map control. The offense smoke the choke with the star outside, ready to trap anyone fighting inside, followed by Rian's Prowler. On A, we see a Leer, C's, and Satcher from camo, but the duelist pushed further. The Clove even smokes deep. But Benji doesn't need any Storm Surge and leaves. If he falls, Heretics lose miles of the map. But the defense are already on the move. Fade and Clove have cleared front B and are now ready to stack C, while Ray spots A from deep. And nothing's pressuring him. Again. Now, what have Heretics done? Well, they've waited on Viper's Poison Orb, smoked top site, and set a Prowler loose on pad attack. So, they're pressuring C. Okay, but rotates are already here since A was never touched. Eventually, the offense flip open the door. It takes some pot shots, just a bunch of fooling around. They cut noise for a bit, threatening that they could rotate out, but Raze still spots nothing. Like, if you're Raze and all you see is this, are you gonna call for reinforcements? No! Nats then sends out a Prowler, which just gets shot and solidifies their stack. Minibu and Rians ready their suck nade combo, wait out this Poison Orb again. Astra places down, count 'em, 3 stars, and the abilities fly. But they get canceled out by a snake bite. Guys, Liquid know you're there.
You can see the hesitation on Heretics. They're down to 35 seconds here. They're being stalled out, and I love what Petatek's doing. It's a bit naughty. But why not give it a go? You got bodies here now. You're not alone. And Nats with a surprise on the drop of the smoke. He's right there. Boo gonna power forward. They do still check, but Petatek still wins. The numbers on their side, leaving just Boo. And Boo is not enough.
Heretics are forced to burn their second timeout. This was their map pick. Coach, how do they know to stack C? Are they cheating? Stream sniping? No, guys. Maybe try defaulting A. What do you mean? If teams are saving right after their timeout, usually they don't show what their adjustments are. You just don't have the tools to work with your new game plan. So on round 10, Heretics just went A, Liquid played more passive because they have the better guns to do so, and don't really need the map control. And that's also about an outlaw because the gun is stupid broken, making ecos unusable. I actually have an entire video dedicated to this stupid gun. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Whatever, the pistols got farmed. But now that they're on a full buy, we get to see what Heretics discussed in that timeout. Hopefully, it's to both apply pressure to A more, and when they default, have Lurk stick around longer to contest Liquid's re-clears. The only hard info that the defense have are their eyes. So you physically need to stop these guys from peeking out after they lose map control. In their 4-1, they're defaulting Mound again? Fine, but do they go back A? Now, the defense have completely changed their setup. Viper is now anchoring B alongside Clove, while Reyna, Raze, and the Outlaw are defending C now since they've had so much success on A. Heretics are probably going to start somewhere else. The defense also understand that Heretics are probably buying full armor after getting bodied last round, meaning the Outlaw won't work on its own, but instead they want to use Nats as bait for the offense to run into this high-low since Heretics don't have any true flashes. It's genius. Round 11 opens with Clove only smoking the entrance to Root, claiming Rubble, while the offense have claimed Mound with their Smoke, Star, and Prowler patented default. Each team have their own part of the map, but while the offense are taking pot shots, and Omen has his Paranoia primed in case of a re-clear, Nats Prowler's front B and leaves it. Liquid understand that since Benji shot it from this far, the defense have about a 10-second window where they can leave this site empty. An attacker would have to knife out shift walk the entire way before a real timing occurs. So Nats heads back to the high-low on C and burns his second Prowler.
Set up here. Prowler indicating the advance.
Well, now what? Because Kiko was walking towards Mound, I think he was getting ready to jump spot and re-clear the area with this Prowler, but because it latched, these two kept the high-low, and Liquid never expected it. But the offense did see 3 on C, so Heretics back off, press the button, and are going B, which is right into Clove in their ult. Do they expect this off angle?
A big blow to this, and Kamek in the off angle too does give away his position. They still can't clear him. Confident on the spray because the res is there regardless, so he's back in the action. Gets himself healed up, waits for the support, swings on in, it's camo to close. And Liquid once again flawlessly.
It's the final round of the half, and without any prep, Liquid have won 9 defensive rounds on an attack-sided map, but are looking for 10. Now, Heretics have realized something. If Liquid are fighting A or C, why not just go B? That's their plan. The round opens quick with Nats lobbing a hunt down mound, nothing spotted, the offense place a stun, 2 smokes, and Prowler, Meanie Boo close behind with his ult. But Kiko slaps his big ol' button.
Dude, right now, not seeing much of that. Here we go. Again, tempo change, pacey in towards B. But do you want to brawl right now when you can't even shoot back? Rien's deleted. Kiko had nowhere to go, but he sets up Camo, trading out effectively, but now tipping. It's Wu to control the space, and they're just willing to fight.
See, Reyna thought that most of Heretics made it onto site, and by crossing to the other side, she could peek from another angle with her Raze. But she just threw herself into the fire. Raze got caught in a suck, and Fade, who was holding Mound in case of a lurk, died too. But Kamek got that trade. The dust settles and reveals a 2-on-2, but Boo realizes that 3 defenders just died on C. It has to be open. He pops us from the shadows and immediately plants with the protection of his Astra's Cosmic Divide. But Kamek realizes that Heretics aren't going B, and Astra isn't sticking around. She's gotta help Omen. So he pushes through B main and is flanking. Patatek in the meantime has rotated over from A and is going through spawn. Do the offense expect Kamek?
Kamek closing in, the gap getting smaller, the map feeling smaller. They're both on the left-hand side here. Does Kamek clear? He gets dealt with. Nicely done by Boo, leaving Patatek in the 1v2. Not able to get it going.
Reyna and Clove are not troll picks. They just promote certain playstyles. Remember when T1 used Reyna to go A every round on Icebox? Watch this video here. It was nuts.